As a dedicated World of Tanks player strives to improve, I often look for outside excuses for my failures rather than reevaluating my own play. Lag, hackers, campers, and bad teams are always good scapegoats, but the focus of my challenge account, Armor Piercing Reroll, suggests one of the most obvious reasons I might fail. Gold ammo. Or premium ammo, if you'll accept Wargaming's rebranding to disguise its insidious nature. Picture this. A 9-year-old Fortnite player logs onto World of Tanks for the first time, his mom's credit card in hand. You come up against him in your tier 10 super heavy. He hits the 2 key, and 3 minutes into the game, this little shit is sending you back to the garage. There's nothing you could do, no defense, but to give in and open your wallet to Wargaming. But rather than smash my keyboard and call it a day here, I'd like to put a number on the disadvantage I have on the standard ammo only account. Allow me to recount to you my tales of giving in to the powers of the dark side to determine how much of an advantage gold ammo really gives. I have the tier 10 British Heavy, the Super Conqueror, on both Armor Piercing Reroll and my main, King Me of Me. I will play 100 games on each, one with only standard ammo, and one with a full APCR loadout to gather some stats we can compare. Everything else will be the same, except I have a bounty rammer on armor, because I kind of forgot to take it off. The equipment will be hardening, rammer, turbo, and a rammer directive. And armor will use small repair kits, while my main, King Me of Me, will use large kits, but no food. And the crews are both 4 skill. The Super Conqueror Gold Shell is amazing, boasting 326 penetration, 67 more than the AP round, as well as an extra 300 meters per second shell velocity. And there's no real disadvantage besides cost. Feel free to leave a prediction for the damage differential, as a total or percentage increase. Honestly, I have no idea how big of a difference we will see, but I'm excited to find out. Anyways, let's crack straight into it. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull a bunch of random battles out of a hat, a couple of the gold ammo ones and a couple of the standard ammo ones, and we're just going to take a look at some of the shots and see if we really think I need a gold or not, and see if I lose any shots to not shooting gold. So blind shot, those are would-be side shots. Don't manage a shot on that T-49. And we're just going to be speeding through this battle because positioning and stuff we don't really care about. We don't really care if I win. It's just really how do these shots go. So I believe I'm about to get a shot on this 257. Okay, that was right into his lower hole. That's going to pen every single time with AP or gold. So we're eyeing up that JP 100 now. That's upper plate. That's only going to pen with gold ammo. That's a bounce with gold. So that's not going to pen with AP either. Type 621, that's going to be fine with gold or standard. Looks like it hit the top of his turret. That's not going to pen with either shell. That one's to the top of the JP 100 again. That's again going to be a gold only pen. Lower hole is free for AP or APCR. I think that hit the upper hole again, so that's APCR. That's only going to go with APCR as well. And that would have gone with either type of shell. Not sure about that shell. Depends on where exactly it hit. That's going through with either type. Probably with either type. That shell just missed. That was the upper part of the hole. I think that only pens with gold. Side of the tank, that would have gone through with either shell. And I didn't get a final shell off there. So there's actually probably like 5 or so shells that I only penned because I had gold ammo in that game. Let's switch over to armor piercing. So I named this replay Skunk, DPM, and Hold Down Abuse. So I expect I get to shoot a lot of people in this game. We're back on the armor piercing account, shooting all standard, so we'll see how that goes for us. That was quick, but it went to his side. That was another one to his side. That was a risky shot for AP. That would have penned every time with gold. As you can see, bounced on the other one. So this would be a guaranteed pen with gold, but is not with standard. 1 for 3. Lower hole is pretty safe with standard. I think that is. Not sure exactly where that hit. Don't think that would have penned with gold. I think it went high. That pens with gold. Or with standard. Adam's an easy target for gold or standard as well. Or 3U, I might be able to go for the turret of gold and can't really try for him with standard ammo, unless he does that. Side is of course easy with either type of shell. And side of the email 2 is also no problem with either type of shell. Definitely going to depend on what we're coming up against. If we see E100s, mice, and Type 5s in another team, we might have a cause to be worried. But most tanks are not going to be too much trouble. Even the IS-7, which has fairly good armor. We did bounce, definitely bounce 2 shells because we didn't have gold that game, but it didn't really have much of an effect on the result. He only had so many hit points, so realistically we're looking at 400 or only like 400 or some more damage. And then this is sides and mediums, never going to be a problem. So we're on Tundra with the APCR account again. I noticed that we got the E100 on the other team, which would prove some trouble with gold, or without gold, or even with gold. Bounce one shot off of them. All these targets, the Ag-Ticker is easy pen with standard or gold ammo. ISM depends on where we're rating him. Even the upper part of that, I would expect to go for every time with standard ammo. The face of the VK is a little bit of a weird spot. Having gold is useful there, although they're not necessary every time. I do like having gold here for the guarantee. The Ag-Ticker, I think I would have pinned every single shell though. We're aiming for the bar on the U100, even though I have gold. I hit the lower part of the turret and didn't go through with gold. Hitting that lower hole area, that's going to pen with either shell. Again, just miss. Not penning where I hit there with either shell. That's a nice one for gold. Again, nice for gold. I think that hit the bar, which is going to go through with either type of shell. Miss. That was a weird shot. I think that having gold helped me there. That would have probably gone in with either. The little niche part I can pen there. Side shot's easy with either shell. Miss. Easy with either shell. It was a little bit close, but I think that put a pen fine with either shell. And then side turret, easy with either shell. So really the only target that it mattered for was the VK, about 4 shells. I had to check Tank's GG to know for sure, but I think we probably would have gotten at least 2 shells in even with the standard ammo. Future me here, the VK has about 230mm of front turret armor versus the Super Conc's 259 standard ammo. So I'm going to pen most of the time, but with bad angling and bad pen RNG, you could definitely still bounce it. Let's go check out one last standard ammo battle and then get to the final stats. We're just going to hop into Mountain Pass. Missed a few shots already. All tier 10 game, having gold could be nice against some of these targets, but we'll see what we run into. E100 would be nice to have gold for. Not a problem though. AP goes for the E4. Not a problem for the side of a Prague. Goes right into the IS-7. Being above, having the gold would be nice, but he's not causing too much trouble. That went a little bit low, which is why it didn't pen. That wouldn't have penned with APCR either. It looks like that one also went to his tracks and would not have penned with gold. If I had gold, I could try for a turret shot, but that actually ends up being in my favor because I wait for the lower hole shot and get that in. That had a small chance of going in with gold. That goes through every time. Goes through every time. Goes through every time. The 100 is no longer a problem. And the 183 is paper. If I hit him. Goes right through. Goes right through. That was a bad shot, that never would have penned. And easy finish. So far, maybe one situation where one shot fired where gold would have been better. So I took my 200 replays and put them in this replay analyzer, and then I sorted them by damage dealt. Looks like something went wrong importing, and we only have 197, but that's most of them. And we also left a few of them early and to get full results for those games, but that's not really a big deal. Since I died early, probably weren't the greatest games. The big thing that sticks out to me here is that of my 10 or so greatest games, most of them were on the APCR account, which is king me of me. Although my top damage game was 8100 and 4 kills, and that was on armor piercing reroll with standard ammo. So this is all interesting, but let's get to the actual statistics. So these are the 10 sessions of AP shells, and we got a low of 2100 win 8 and a high of 5200 win 8. And these are the gold ammo sessions, worst being about 2600 win 8 and the best being 5500 win 8. Again, a pretty big spread. So what does this actually tell us? Well, haters will say I only used one specific tank at one skill level, and they're right. But I found the results pretty interesting. Take this with a huge grain of salt, but a 16% damage and win increase is not exactly massive for such an excellent gold shell. Most players I talked to thought the difference would be on the order of 20 to 30%, or even higher. We also noticed I won more and had higher spots on the free-to-play account, but like any good statistician, I'm just going to chalk that up to random variance and focus on the numbers I agree with. Clearly more data needs to be used to draw accurate conclusions, but I'm going to tell you my opinions as if they are fact anyways. Firstly, gold is absolutely an advantage, but it is overrated. Second, good players will still be good players without gold ammo. Lastly, results may vary. It could totally be the case that gold ammo is more useful for less experienced players. I'll also add that gold ammo works differently for artillery and for tanks with HESH shells, so this obviously does not reflect on those at all. Most players fall into one of two camps. One team says gold ammo is a crutch and that people use gold ammo to make up for their lack of skill, and it is an unfair advantage. The other side says that gold ammo is simply an RNG mitigator, and that gold is necessary because you can't hit pixel weak spots with a massive aiming and pen RNG in this game. I definitely lean towards group number 2, but also, there are some tanks like the JP100 that simply require gold when they are properly positioned. At the end of the day, I just find myself wishing ammo choice was a choice. Even though I consider the benefits rather small, if I'm grinding 3 marks, win 8, or missions, why would I spare that expense when it puts me at a clear disadvantage? I say, don't hate the player, hate the game. I'd love to see a well done gold ammo and armor rebalance so people had a reason to shoot standard besides saving credits. And then there would be a tactical ammo choice, rather than a financial one. Anyways, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. And in case you didn't know, YouTube is running a promotion that lets you subscribe to anyone for free for the next few weeks, so make sure to take advantage of that. Alright, I'm gonna go eat some chicken nuggets. Y'all stay safe now.